Hi everyone, I just need to update you on the IB predicted grades because it has changed since I shared information with PLT last week. So in the last week, IB have now released an allocated number of predicted grades that we are allowed to make in each of the subjects. So on this spreadsheet here, you can see this is the levels 7 through to 1. And IB have allocated that for HL Biology, 8 students should be given a level 7. So maximum 8 students should be given a level 7, maximum 17 students should be given a level 6, 10 students a level 5, and so on. For lots of subjects, it's not a problem because you are well within your allocation. This is the current CPG, so I'm aware that your predicted grades might be slightly different, but this was just to give me an indicator of how far over or under allocation we were. So if I'm taking biology, at the moment, there are 15 students on a CPG of a 7, and we've only been allocated 8 7s for predicted grades. So what I will need subjects to do is list out on here who they are awarding a level 7 to, so put a student name in each box. The ones in red, they should be your definites. So these are the 8 students that biology definitely are saying are a 7. And then underneath, if you've got other students that you think should be getting a 7, you can add those in as well. What we will then need to do is send evidence to the IB justifying why we think these other students should be being awarded a 7 for their predicted grade. So to do that, I'm going to need you to go onto this Google form link here, which will open up this one. There's a different form for each individual subject. And I need you to upload evidence that supports your view. Now that evidence might be baseline data, GCSE baseline data. It might be ALICE data, mock grades. It might be key assessments that you've done. But what is it that's pointing you towards the fact that you want to predict a 7 for this student or a 6 for this student? Once we've got the evidence, and please make sure it's named really clearly with their candidate name, we also need a supporting comments document. We've put a template onto here for you. And if you open that up, you can see it's pretty straightforward, just the candidate details and the grade detail that you want to give, and then just a brief summary of why this student, should be getting this particular grade as a predicted grade. Your name on the bottom, and then we can collate all of that and send it to the IB. And then we'll have to wait and see while they assess the cases and let us know whether or not we can have a greater allocation. Our understanding at the moment is that this pretty much applies to level 6 and 7. So they're being very strict on the allocations there. However, it doesn't matter. You can go down a grade. So for example, if there are 4 predicted grades at a level 6 and 4 available at a level 7, you can give all 8 candidates a level 6. What you can't do is give all 8 of them a level 7. So there is flexibility to move students down, and our understanding at the moment is that there's flexibility in level 5 and below, so they're not looking at this so closely. So it's the level 6s and 7s that we really need to work on, but I'm just waiting for absolute confirmation from the IB about that, because we're getting slightly mixed messages about what's happening with level 5s and below. The deadline for predicted grade is the 19th of March, our internal deadline. We need to stick to that because we have to get this information off to the IB. It's not going to come back instantly, so it's going to probably come back during Easter as to whether or not we're allowed any extra allocation, and then we'll have to go from there. So we need to build in that time so that we can actually submit final predicted grades on time in April. So I think if there's any questions, just maybe come and see me. I know it's a little bit of fiddling around right now, and if you have got situations where it might just be one student, it may well be that you decide to just move them down so that the allocations fit. As long as we can justify why we're doing that, that's fine. I think the reason the IB are doing this is to try and avoid grade inflation, particularly for those students that are doing the non-exam route, because the temptation is just to predict upwards and upwards. For our students, if they all do exams, actually the predicted grade won't come into it at all. But of course, if we have a student that misses an exam for any reason, or if for any reason our cohort can't sit a bunch or all of the exams, then these grades are going to be really important. So we do need to go through this process of trying to get it as right as we possibly can and as evidenced as we possibly can. Thank you.